Pickle Todd is so back, and Front Row Motorsports gets another win against NASCAR in court. So let's talk about it. Coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good on this Christmas Eve. Anyway, Pickle Todd is so back because Grillo's Pickles and Todd Gilliland and Front Row Motorsports have come together once again for next season. Let's take a look at this article from J-Ski from a report from Front Row Motorsports. Due to the overwhelming popularity and excitement around the pickle car piloted by Todd Gilliland at New Hampshire Motor Speedway and again at Michigan International Speedway and the Daytona International Speedway, Front Row Motorsports, FRM, and Grillo's Pickles have announced an extension of their partnership. Race and pickle fans everywhere will be able to cheer for the iconic pickle company and Gilliland for multiple races during the 2025 Cup season. The Grillo's Pickles Ford Mustang Dark Horse Pickle Car is scheduled for 3 races in 2025. The Pickle Car will run Pocono Raceway, New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and the Chicago Street Race. Grillo's Pickles can't wait to continue their fun with Gilliland and NASCAR fans next year. So there you go, Grillo's Pickles is back, and for everybody it's like, where does Pickle Todd come from? That's where Pickle Todd comes from. Of course, also it's a reference to Rick and Morty, where you've got Pickle Rick, who of course was introduced in Season 3, Episode 3. This via Wikipedia. Pickle Rick is the 3rd episode of the 3rd season of Adult Swim's animated television series Rick and Morty, written by Jessica Gao and directed by Anthony Chun. The episode premiered on August 6, 2017. Damn, I'm old. The plot follows eccentric scientist Rick Sanchez as he turns himself into a pickle to avoid attending a family therapy session. So there you go. Pickle Rick begot Pickle Todd because Todd races the Grillo's Pickles. Speaking of Todd Gilliland, let's see what he had to say about the arrangement. I think everyone loves Grillo's Pickles, said Gilliland. They debuted such an awesome scheme at New Hampshire and fell in love with the program. The pickle car has really taken a life of its own, and I can see it becoming one of NASCAR's most popular schemes. I really want to thank Grillo's Pickles for becoming a bigger partner of our program in 2024, and now for 2025, things are getting better and better with our team, and the partners make it all possible. Grillo's Pickles and Front Row Motorsports also collaborated on compelling social media content with Gilliland, his team, and Sam the Pickle Man. Now with Grillo's returning to Gilliland's Ford Mustang Dark Horse in 2025, Grillo's Pickles will continue Sam's journey in becoming the world's most interesting pickle at the track and away. So there you go. I was this many days old when I found out the Pickle Man had a name, Sam the Pickle Man, so I didn't know that. But a little more backstory on Grillo's Pickles itself. From their website, Grillo's Pickles started in 2008 selling pickles out of a wooden cart in downtown Boston, now available nationwide from the garden to your fridge. So that's what they have as their origin story on the website. But in the Front Row Motorsports press release today, we got a little bit more from the backstory there, and it goes like this. Made with a 100-year-old family recipe, Grillo's Pickles started in the Boston Common in 2008, selling pickles out of a Cutlass Supreme, the Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. That's pretty cool. Then a pickle cart. Since then, Grillo's has grown to a national grocery distribution and will extend their partnership with Front Row Motorsports in 2025 season. Front Row Motorsports. So there you go. The company itself even has a really, really cool backstory. 100-year-old family recipe. They started selling pickles out of the back of a Oldsmobile Cutlass. Then they basically had a food cart, and now they're selling them nationwide. Cool story. Cool collaboration. One of the best looking cars out there. Speaking of which, this is what the car looks like. And these, once again, are the dates. This one from Bob Pockrass, where you see, like I said, Pocono, New Hampshire, and Chicago Street Race next season. Did I just talk about Pickle Todd for 5 minutes? Probably. But I love that car. I think it's a great partnership. That, and I got dared on my Discord server to do it, so I did it. And, you know, some friends also in the DMs on Twitter. So, yeah, there you go. Sticking with nothing but Front Row Motorsports on this particular edition, we welcome today's decision by Judge Bell to deny NASCAR's motion to stay, which will allow 2311 and Front Row Motorsports to compete as charter teams in the 2025 season and enable Front Row Motorsports to complete their purchase of the 3rd charter from Stewart-Haas Racing. Today's decision represents an important step in advancing my client's case against NASCAR and their monopolistic practices while protecting their drivers, race teams, sponsors, and the fan experience. We are confident in the strength of our case and will continue this fight for more competitive and fair sport for everyone involved in the coming year. Jeffrey Kessler, attorney for Front Row Motorsports and 2311. So there you go. Good news for Front Row Motorsports. That sale of that charter from Haas is going to go to them. So no worries for the 2025 season. They will be rolling with that charter. However, 2311 is going to have to file a separate motion. So like I said, this is basically a Front Row Motorsports episode. But 2311 is going to have to file a motion. Let's see what Bob Pockers had to say here to clear it up. Clear it up. Judges ruling on the charter release of claims clause. NASCAR release to race requirements simply doesn't pass muster and is likely to be found to violate antitrust law. If 2311 asks for the SHR charter transfer, the court will promptly consider that motion on its own merits. So there you go. You have to assume if Front Row Motorsports gets theirs passed, that 2311 will get theirs passed as well, but they're going to have to do it separately because it's just a separate motion. And as far as Front Row Motorsports' case against NASCAR goes, the next big date is going to be January 8th, where, and I had to write this down, the hearing for NASCAR's motion to throw out the antitrust lawsuit will be held. Basically, what goes on there, they're going to figure out whether or not 2311 and Front Row Motorsports have a good enough case to actually go to a trial against NASCAR. So that is the next big date, January 8th in the trial. And one more piece of information about Front Row Motorsports. Chandler Smith will be driving for him in the Truck Series along with Lane Riggs. They should have a pretty good couple of Ford F-150s over there in the Truck Series next season. Two up-and-coming young talents. So I expect big things from them in the Truck Series as well. And that's it for Front Row Motorsports. There is one other piece, though, of news we need to cover, and that is, of course, that Parker Retzlaff will be driving for Alpha Prime Racing next season in a Chevrolet. So for all the people that were like, oh, he pissed off Chevrolet, he's not going to be driving for a Chevrolet again. I think we made a little bit too big of a deal about that. Everybody in the media, made a little bit of too big of a deal about that. So yeah, there you go. Driving for Chevrolet next season. Yeah. And actually, while I was editing this, I saw that Kasey Kahne, 18-time winner in the Cup Series 2000 USAC Midgets champion, he is coming back to race in the World of Outlaw Series, of course, which is owned by Kyle Larson, and he is going to race there full-time next season for Kasey Kahne Racing, where, of course, he will be teammates with Kyle Larson's brother-in-law, Brad Sweet. So pretty cool story right there. All right, that's it. Really gone this time. That's all I got for you on this one. If you made it this far, I would love to have your subscription. If not, I'll just keep making these things. Hope you have a Merry Christmas Eve, and we'll do another one here for Christmas Eve. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.